Hey gang, how's it going? Your boy Gabriel kicking it for a little app review. Figured what better medium to review an app game than on a iPod Touch, the thing that I use it on, play it on. The game is Spike. It's made by the people who made, I guess the game is called 2048. I never played it. I knew it was oodles of fun, and I tell you, this game for me is oodles of fun. If you haven't played, I think they call it the app company. I think is called Catch App or something. It's like a play on the word catch up, and it's kind of one of those things. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I played some of their other games they had like it's just like some circle through the line or something, and like make them fight, and just think those games, they were fun, but they were just too much to handle, and it just, yeah, basically Spike and if you want to think of it as like a competitive version of not Angry Bird, Flappy Bird. And because like you have to touch the bird, like you don't touch the bird, you touch the screen, and it causes it to bounce, and it bounces from side to side, but you don't want to touch the spikes, and the side on the sides on each side, they change, like the spike configuration. So sometimes, and you have to adjust accordingly. And so it's loads of fun, I tell you. And it's really like streamlined, really like crisp looking. It's really nice, really basic looking too. It's not like crazy advanced graphics, but it's nice on the eyes. It's really cool. And you play as this little like bird, hence why it's kind of like a Flappy Bird rendition. And there's multiple modes. There's two modes. Well, technically three modes. The main one, which you push on the screen, lets you just kind of do your own thing, and you can collect little candies, and you progress each time you hit a wall that gets you up one, and eventually you get to the point where candies count for 2 times, and two. I haven't gotten to where it's ever counted for 3 points, and you use the candy as a currency to get different birds, as well as help make your park that you have better. And your park, that's another mode that basically allows you to have birds flying. The costumes, see, you can get costumes for your birds, little outfits, so to speak. They're nothing too fancy, but it's a little fun variety. But for the birds, they'll be flying on the screen, you tap on them, and they'll drop like a gem. And you basically, it's just one of those things where you can only use the gems to get more costumes for the birds, so it's just kind of almost this circular kind of method. It's kind of like Clash of Clans, but not as deceptive, because it's not like someone can like destroy your park or something stupid like that. And your park will progressively look cooler and cooler. Like more stuff gets added, like hills, and then more clouds and things like that, and more birds. The higher up the level of your park, the more birds start coming. So the higher frequency and the quicker you can get gems and more birds and stuff like that. And so yeah, and another thing, one of the real cool things is, because I noticed with when you're doing the main mode, a lot of times, because it's good and it's bad. Like I use like the candies that you get, the points that get the currency to buy costumes, because you can get costumes by means of the candies and the gems. But see, when you're getting the candies, it can be distracting. It causes you to die. I mean, at least with me, because I'll be like, oh, there's a candy. Oh, then I hit a spike instead. But I like to look at it as it's kind of like a training course, because then because the candies come at random spots, just like the spikes do. So you kind of having to think on your feet. So it teaches you to definitely think on your feet, because the last mode, basically the duel mode, so to speak, is there's like 50, I think, yeah, there's 50 duelists, 50 different birds that you go up against. They're just CPUs. I don't think they have anything to do with other players, but they do progressively get more difficult. The first one's not as tough, and then it just gets you a little bit more tougher. Like I think I'm in the 30 something duelists, and there's 50 of them, and it gets pretty intense. Like the matches are going upwards to the 30 hits at a round, and you have to win 3 rounds, and it gets intense, man. I tell you, it does. You think it wouldn't, and it's not. There's even no real music, though. When you go into the park, there's like some birds chirping. It's kind of relaxing, actually. So it's nice. It's got this kind of relaxingness to it. Though I, being kind of a nerd, have this sort of like Gurren Lagann persona. Like, I'm starting off as this little guy who hasn't accomplished anything, and he's working his way up the ladder, and it's getting intense, and it's like, Ah, we're playing Don't Touch the Spikes. Ah, be the best bird duelist, spike duelist ever. Ah, yeah, I know. It's not like that at all, but it makes it more interesting, makes it more engaged. I'm having fun with it. I'm on the galactic duelist, the elite galactic duelist Jet, and he's so intense, and it's like, cause he's like this guy, like something like Yu-Gi-Oh! Also, where it's like all those big, time duelists, and, it's stupid, I know, but that's just how I am. If you want to make it something else or nothing at all, that's your liberty. That's like, it, in that regard, it kind of takes you back to like the older video games, where there really wasn't like a strong premise, you just kind of were a guy doing stuff, and you kind of had, and you just did whatever, and having that kind of thing. I'm a creative guy, having a good, fun imagination. So that's it for me, and it's free, and it's awesome. Now, granted, I will admit, and like this is with like a lot of app games, like when you got the Wi-Fi on, the dang like connection, like, and it will like be, and that connection will sometimes cause like a lag, and that lag will then make you like die because it messes up your flow. And because of that, it annoys me, and then so I just take the Wi-Fi off, and I'm just like, boom. Now I don't get ads either. That's the thing. It also gives you ads, and it's like I don't want to deal with this. But now I don't have to do that. I just take the Wi-Fi off. I'm good. And granted, I guess it doesn't necessarily my ones that I do won't count. But for right now, I'm okay with that because I wouldn't really even be on any. I wouldn't be anything. I wouldn't be anything to look at. So it really doesn't matter. I know what I've got, and it's kind of like with Flappy Bird. You didn't have like online leaderboards. It was kind of just a personal thing. So yeah, but for that, I'd say yeah, definitely go out and get it. It's free, it's fun, and you'll have a good time. So Spike on the App Store. Check it out. Peace, y'all.